Hey guys, so you ready for today's May 3rd, 2022, 3:07 a.m. Central Time. That's right, a.m. Know the three main facts overruling Roe v. Wade. Gonna make this super simple because people are getting it wrong. Big surprise, right? No, not surprising at all. But the biggest problem is representatives and senators are also misrepresenting what's going on, blowing it to extremes, actually on both sides of the aisle, and causing problems in the public sphere. Not helpful. In the description below, I'm going to give you a link to my last video that goes into detail, that shows you the opinion piece and goes over it and explains things for those of you who have a longer attention span. For those of you who don't, here are the three main facts you need to know, period. Fact 1. What was leaked out of the Supreme Court, which by the way destroyed the Supreme Court, last night to Politico, was a first draft opinion piece by Justice Alito. Many drafts go through the Supreme Court, dissents, opinions, and otherwise, before they make their ruling and it goes public. So what you read, if you read it, that was leaked last night, Alito's opinion, if it were to become the full court's opinion, will not be word for word what you saw. In fact, all of this ruckus may be happening for no reason, because none of this is set in stone. That's number one. Number two, if Alito's opinion becomes the full opinion of the court and they overrule and overturn Roe v. Wade and Casey, all they're doing is removing the federal government and SCOTUS out of abortion rights and putting those rights back to the states. So they are not making abortion illegal or altering it in any way whatsoever, period. It's just simply going back to the states. Each state will have a right to pass whatever they want to pass with their legislature, and that will be the law in that state, period. Number 3, by doing this, the Supreme Court, if they were to overrule Roe v. Wade and Casey, they are actually allowing the possibility of expanding abortion rights. Let me explain. The court case that was before them regarding this ruling in general was a case that said it should be unconstitutional after, I believe it was 16 weeks, to have an abortion. So they were trying to make rules, okay, for abortion. You can have it for 16 weeks, before 12 weeks, before 6 weeks, whatever it be, okay? Those types of cases will no longer go before the Supreme Court and will be completely irrelevant, okay? Each state will be able to decide using their legislature if you want to have abortions at all, if you will have abortions no abortions after 6 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever. There may be some states, likely blue, that will have abortions up to the time of birth. And some crazy asses may even have it past the time of birth, to like a minute in. You birth it and you kill it. Those laws will be specifically decided by the states. So when I say it's possibly expanding abortion rights, it's simply doing that because there's no entity that can take what they did, saying even the heartbeat rule that was from Texas too. There's no entity that can take an abortion law from a state and bring it to the Supreme Court now saying it's unconstitutional, because they have decided, if this were to be the opinion, abortion is not a constitutional right. It will be considered under a different precedent at that point, under law, period. It won't even be constitutionality at that point, which should get interesting. But that's how abortion rights could potentially get expanded, by removing Roe v. Wade and Casey. So anyone who's disturbed, and those are the three main facts. So 1, none of this may be true. 2, All it's doing is removing the federal government and SCOTUS, and it's bringing it back to the states. And 3, by removing Roe v. Wade and Casey, it may be expanding abortion rights. Those are the 3 main facts, okay? Anyone who says different is ill-advised, ignorant, and wrong. Those are the facts you need to argue with if you're going to bother arguing with people. I mean, it's like banging your head against the wall with certain subjects. This is one of them. But if you go on Twitter, which is what I did, which is actually what prompted this video, people are losing their damn minds, saying that the Senate needs to ditch the filibuster so they can pack the Supreme Court and all this stuff, right? Which in reality, it's like, why even touch the Supreme Court? If you're going to bust the filibuster, which is a horrible idea, by the way, then why don't you just codify the concept of Roe v. Wade into law if you're going to do that? Because you don't need 60 votes to make a law in the Senate. You only need 51. It's the filibuster that requires 60 to get over, and then it's usually a 60 vote or more for whatever is brought before the Senate, because they've already got the 60 votes, and likely those people who voted to move on to the bill are going to vote for the bill. That's why you see 60 votes or more on most legislation, because of the filibuster. So why would you expand the Supreme Court when all you need to do is use the legislature, which is how democracies and republics work, okay, to get done what it is you supposedly want done? Good question, right? The Democrats have the Senate, the House, and the White House. They could potentially try and do something about this. Are they going to? In my opinion, absolutely not. Period. Even if they run on this for midterms, trying to get reelected or elected for it, saying they're going to codify Roe v. Wade into law, and we must keep the majorities and expand our majority in the Senate to do this. I got news for you. They're not going to. Why aren't they going to? Simple. Abortion money is huge on Capitol Hill. Lobbying for abortions is one of the most cash cow funded lobbyists in this country. Between abortions, gun rights, oil companies, that type of stuff. Abortions is up there. Tons and tons of money goes into lobbying to all these representatives and senators. They get their pockets padded so bad to not support or deny abortion at a federal level, but rather keep Planned Parenthood in the Title 5, I believe, or it's either 5 or 10, to get funding, federal funding. They do it for that. And they do it to keep abortion up in the air at a federal level. These lobbyists that spend, oh my God, billions, and probably trillions, lobbying congressional members, do it to keep abortion out of the subject. They don't want to codify it, and they don't want to have anything go against it. They just want to keep it up in the air. And that's what they've been doing for many, many years. That's what they're going to be doing for many, many years to come. Even if the Democrats won a bunch of seats, what kept the seats they had in the House, which is wrong because like 28 or 29 Democrats' House seats are up for election because they have, well, all of them are, but the 29 Democrats have retired, so they'd have to pick up those seats again. Anyway, if the Democrats kept the House, okay, and somehow, won't happen, but somehow got 60 votes, 60 senators, Democrat senators in the Senate after midterm, even if they had the perfect situation, the House, the Senate at 60, so they could bypass the filibuster, and they have the dipshit in the White House, they will still not codify anything regarding abortion into law. It brings in way too much money to Capitol Hill. So do not get sucked into, any of you who may be watching this who is pro-abortion and think Democrats are going to help you, and listen to all these wonderful ads that are being written right now as we speak. Do not think for 1 second that this abortion situation is going to change. Meaning the Democrats are going to do something about it, or the Republicans are going to do something about it. Nobody, Democrats or Republicans, nobody is going to do shit about abortions at the federal level. They've all fallen back onto Roe v. Wade. Period. And now that that will be gone, if it goes away, yes, it puts more pressure on them to try and do something, but they're not going to. The abortion lobby will continue to lobby Congress like crazy, pouring billions of dollars into Congress, millions of dollars into single people's pockets to keep abortion out of the conversation. The end. This is Are You Ready For It? Take care, guys. Have a great day.